Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, Tennessee received a record amount of tourism dollars in 2016. We'll speak with congressional candidate Judd Matheny. The Tullahoma Senior Citizen Center celebrated this week's eclipse with a big party. And we'll talk with the Tullahoma High School head football coach John Olive about this Friday's coffee pot game. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Dr. Credit here from Russell Barnett Kia. Are you needing a vehicle but don't think it's possible because of your current credit situation? Great news, it is possible. But don't just take it from me. Here's a few of our satisfied customers and what they had to say.
Not only did they take the time to get to know me and my wants, they found me someone to finance me with my bad credit and got me the car of my dreams.
Dr. Credit, come see him, he's great. He can help you. I know he can. He helped me.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam and Department of Tourist Development Commissioner Kevin Triplett announced this week Tennessee tourism's direct domestic and international travel expenditures reached an all-time record high of $19.3 billion in 2016, up 4.7% over the previous year, as reported by the U.S. Travel Association. This is also the 11th consecutive year tourism topped $1 billion in state and local tax revenue, reaching $1.7 billion. That marks a 6.7% increase over 2015, higher than the national growth of travel-related state tax revenues. Tourism generated 176,500 jobs for Tennesseans. That's a 3.3% growth year over year.
5 counties exceeded $1 billion in travel expenditures, including Davidson with almost $6 billion, Shelby at $3.3 billion, Sevier County rewarded $2.2 billion, Hamilton and Knox County totaled just over $1 billion. All 95 counties saw more than $1 million in direct travel expenditures, and the economic impact of tourism report in 19 counties saw more than $100 million. Closer to home, Coffee County reported $90 million in tourism impact. Bedford County has $28 million. Lincoln County totaled $23 million, and Franklin County had $22.5 million.
Bob Payne was at the Tullahoma Senior Citizen Center on Monday for their eclipse party, where he spoke with Center Director Vicki Fulmer and several excited participants.
Hi, it's Vicki from the Senior Center. We're having our eclipse party today. We've had a wonderful, wonderful day. We teamed up with the library and we've had a wonderful, wonderful day. Lots of community people, many seniors, just so thankful. A lot of professionals have been over to see us throughout the day, businesses. So we're very, very thankful.
Hello, this is Art Hargrove. We had a great crowd here today, we figured about 500. And I'm one of the directors down here, and we really enjoyed getting everything ready. We appreciate all the ladies at work, and we think everybody enjoyed it.
We've had a wonderful turnout today, and we want to thank the Senior Citizen Center. It's been awesome to have a once-in-a-lifetime event, intergenerational. We've seen many ages mixed together, and they've definitely made it a once-in-a-lifetime event, working with the Coffee County Lanham Library. So it's just been great today.
We're just so excited to see this many people come together and work so well together.
My name is Kimmy, and I met the Eclipse at the library, and I got to paint.
Banana popping and singing its song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin. Go rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Rock! Dee-dee-dee-dee, 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 dee-dee-dee-dee. Uh-oh, I hear the sun starting to disappear a little bit. That's what Rhonda said. Sugar. Ah, honey, honey. You were my candy girl. And you got me wanting you. Honey. Free me from this prison, it's that railroad train of mine, that I'd move it on a little farther down the line, so far from social prison. Got it. She's on the heaven, so I have to be good, so I can stay when I leave. Still got him walking. That's total eclipse of the heart.
Yeah!
We'll be back after these messages.
Buying a vehicle can be hard. It's even harder if you have poor credit health. But let the team here with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia help you. With our guaranteed credit approval process, we can help you find your next vehicle. But don't just take that from me. Here's a few of our customers and what they had to say.
They said they could approve us, and then the next thing was how much monthly. I thought it was going to be way too much. And sure enough, he did it what we asked for, what we needed it to be. He did it within. He will help you out.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
All I have to do is think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. John Gray spoke with Judd Matheny about his campaign for the Tennessee 6th Congressional District seat recently vacated by Diane Black.
Give us a short synopsis of your work career. You know, just saying something about being a patrolman.
Yeah, real quick.
What all have you done other you were in the military?
I've been fortunate. I joined the Army when I was 17, the Tennessee National Guard, went to basic training between my junior and senior year of high school. That was right on the heels of a year of living in West Africa with my father, who worked for the State Department, and all those things dramatically changed my life. Went a couple years at Motlow College, then became a reserve deputy in Putnam County, and then a police officer in Baxter, Tennessee, and then a K-9 officer with the District Attorney's Office in Cookeville, and I covered 7 counties. Then I was hired by the Alcoholic Beverage Commission to work 12 counties in the Upper Cumberland and hunt marijuana patches and meth labs. Then I was promoted to head of the Middle Tennessee for the Alcoholic Beverage Commission. Then I started booking police officers for off-duty entertainment and doing a lot of industrial and security work in the entertainment business. So I left the state, pursued that full-time. I ended up getting the contract with the Delphi Coliseum and Gaylord Entertainment Center. Did all the Titans games. Anybody that wore a pistol worked for me at one of those games, and I ran the command centers. And what was really unique is I had the first NFL football game after 9/11. It was Monday Night Football versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it was you talk about a tight security environment.
I can imagine.
It was incredible. And so I've just been able to live a lot of things, and spent 4 years in the music business on top of that. Managing 2 bands, one locally, Stan Allen, who is in the process now of writing a campaign song for me. And built probably 40 or 50 major shows. Fred Thompson allowed me to build shows for Hank Jr. and Lori Morgan and Tammy Wynette and Gatlin Brothers and lots of other big deals. And political bug bit me, and I was elected my first time out in 2002, first Republican elected in Middle Tennessee since Reconstruction to the State House, and I've been fighting since then, several counterattacks by the Democrat Party and then several counterattacks by the Republican Party, because I've stayed the same.
Right.
I've not deviated. I've taken care of the 65,000 people that brought me here regardless of party, and I intend to take those same values and that same experience and my wealth of knowledge and contacts and work ethic to Washington, D.C. Diane Black is running for governor now, and I'm seeking that seat. It's 17 counties and portions of 2 others, Van Buren and Cheatham. It goes from the far east, which is the edge of Cheatham County, all the way to Cumberland, down here to Coffee. And the good news is I've lived or worked in 13 of the 17 counties, and many of the sheriffs and chiefs of police and district attorneys and judges and county mayors that are in power now were my peers in Cookeville when I lived there for 10 years as a police officer. In fact, the sheriff of Putnam County was my first training officer. Wow. And
it's amazing how all that stuff
it's amazing how it all kind of comes together.
How the path leads you to somewhere.
It is.
And these other folks have been on a different path, and now you're all together.
That's right. And my contacts in politics are pulling off nicely. And everybody knows that I'm of the conservative Republican ilk. I'm not of what is called the establishment. I stick to the Constitution, and I stick to the people that brought me to the dance. I don't play the money game, and I don't play the party game. I play the represent the people game. And I'm going to continue to do that because I sleep well at night. I've got a lot of help. I've got a lot of major professionals from the music business that are helping me. And folks may want to know that on September the 18th, here in Tullahoma at the Bluegill Grill, I've got the band Trick Pony coming down to do a show for us. And I've got a great history with Trick Pony because their bass player used to be the bass player for Stan Allen when I was managing his band. And the lead singer was dating him at the time, so we were all hanging out together. I watched Trick Pony be formed in the late 90s, and then they ended up touring George Strait Music Fest and some other venues that I was doing security for, which was really
there. It is all again,
all again, and
meant to be.
It's meant to be, and the timing's going well now for the congressional run. Fundraising's going very well. I've got some great help. Sam Harper here in Tullahoma is still my campaign chair. He's been with me for 17 years. I have a lady named Jennifer Hamblin who used to be a reporter for Channel 5 who's doing my booking, my press, and my PR. I have a gentleman named Tony Gottlieb who's doing a lot of my digital, my media, social work, and my imaging. He was Dan Seals' manager in Seals & Croft, and he's now a copyright music attorney. And then I have, we just hired the Drogan Group, an individual named John Drogan. He's from Texas, but he was Senator Ted Cruz's campaign managers for successful 2011-2012 U.S. Senate run. When nobody said Ted Cruz could win, John Drogan made him win. John was then his state director for several years, and then he was on his finance team as he ran for president. John is helping us with strategic management, with fundraising, pulling all our video assets together, our web access together. And if anybody follows me, Judd Matheny for Congress on Facebook, they'll see everywhere we go and everything that we're doing, and they'll be able to keep up with us real time. We try to make, not over posts, but we try to make 4 or 5 posts a day.
Right.
We're literally traveling all over the district constantly. I traveled 40,000 miles my first 7 weeks. Or excuse me, 8,000 miles my first 7 weeks. We plan to travel 40,000 miles throughout the course before it's all over with, crisscrossing these 19 counties and being everywhere all the time.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats, who are coming off a stunning victory over Shelbyville last Thursday night, take on the Coffee County Red Raiders this Friday in Manchester. Tullahoma head coach John Olive shared his thoughts on this traditional rivalry, which has been won by Coffee County the last 2 years.
We have Coffee County coming up this week. They have some talented athletes on that team as well.
They do.
What do we got to do?
They probably will not play as poorly as they did last night. They had one of those nights where things just would not go good. Give you some real quick examples. First offensive play of the game for them. They hit a receiver for a big gain, 20-plus yard gain, and he fumbles the ball on the tackle, and Franklin County gets it. They have a hard time handling it wasn't meant to be an onside kick, but it turned into an onside kick. And so Franklin County gets an extra possession, which with their style offense is really tough to give up an extra possession to them. And then on the opening kickoff of the second half, the kicker just barely kicks the ball. He misses it, basically, and it rolls maybe 2 or 3 feet. But the Franklin County guy who was assigned to go get the kicker is running toward the kicker and realizes the ball's on the ground and everybody else has passed the ball, and picks it up and runs for 25, 30 yards maybe. I don't know. He gets down around the 25 or 30 yard line, so it'd probably be more like 10 yards, 10 or 15 yards before he's caught from behind and pulled down. So it was just one of those nights where, you're just not clicking, and when one thing happens, it just feels like, well, what else is going to happen tonight? And so anyway, Franklin County, though, played really, really well. Played ball control, which is what they're going to be doing and playing, and kept the better players over on the sideline. Coffee County is obviously built around Alante Taylor. He has got multiple offers. Right now he's committed to go to the University of Tennessee, but he's been an outstanding player for 3 years, and finally he's a senior. We haven't been able to tackle him the last 2 years. He has just done basically whatever he wanted to do against us. We'll see if we're a little better. And
I bet he gets tackled this week.
Hopefully we can tackle him some. He'll make some plays. He's going to make plays. He's that caliber player. For us, they got another really outstanding player in Rozier. They've got some other players. Their line is big. Both sides of the ball are really big. They've got one, their linebacker, Rozier, is also their running back, so he goes both ways. Mahaffey, I think is the name of number 7. He goes both ways, and he's an outstanding football player. But they're like us. They've got some holes. You're trying to plug them the best you can, and this is what we have, so this is what you got to make your team out of, and so both of us will be looking to try to find each other's holes that are there to take advantage of, and then it ought to be a wild and crazy game is what I think it'll come down to. And so I think it'll be a great atmosphere. The weather's supposed to be a little cooler. I was looking at the long-range forecast, and you know what? That keeps their better players on the field. Hopefully it keeps our better players on the field, and let's find out what can happen. I know we're looking forward to it, and they've had the coffee pot for the last 2 years.
Yes. We want it right here next week.
We would like to have it back in Tullahoma, and
we're going to get it.
It's been we've not experienced having it gone for 2 years, let alone 3. So that we'd like to end this experience just like we ended a losing streak.
There you go.
This past week.
There you go.
And we'll be right back in just a moment.
Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family. Over 75% of car shoppers today use the internet to search for their new or pre-owned vehicle. That's why the RussellBarnett.com website is so versatile, where you can check it anytime, all the time, online. You can search through our new and pre-owned inventory by make, model, mileage, or price. We can value your trade-in and get you pre-approved for financing before you even walk in the door. So check out russellbarnett.com, and remember, why buy anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Philip Scoggins dropped by the Hands-On Science Center this past Saturday for their birthday celebration and brings us this video.
We're at the Hands-On Science Center with new director Deb Wimberly. Can you tell us what's going on around here today?
Well, a lot of activity. Today's our birthday bash. We're 22 years old today, and we have so many activities outside, people volunteering to help. We have free birthday cake and beverages. We have the woodworkers here that are doing some carvings. We have the police department and the fire department here. We have tons of activities.
Okay.
Great.
Do you have any idea how many people come through on a day like this?
That's a great question. I am going to guess that we've already had about 350, 400 people come through. It's kind of hard to tell. I hope that we're able to tell. We have some way to keep up with that, but it's been busy since 3 o'clock. Actually, since 2:30.
Okay. So how long does it take to get something like this coordinated?
Well, this has been in the works always. I mean, we'll start thinking about the birthday party. After this one, we start thinking about next year. So it takes several months to get people lined up and to get volunteers lined up. So it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us.
I brought my solar set up here, 2 telescopes, one with a white light filter and another one with a hydrogen alpha filter. It's a dedicated solar scope. So just showing the public the sun in 2 different views up and close.
Okay, so they're actually able to look at the sun right now with it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you going to use these on Monday?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
It's going to be my birdie house.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a lab mix named Shelby. She entered the shelter as an owner turn-in after being adopted as a puppy. Shelby is approximately 9 months old, up to date on her vaccinations, heartworm negative. She's on flea and tick preventive medication and she's also good with other dogs and children. She will receive a free spay provided by the shelter, and be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local charity by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more information and details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is a boxer mix who needs a home as soon as possible. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Have you ever been involved in one of these? And you need one of these? Then look no further than the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center. With a state-of-the-art facility, aluminum capabilities, lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Auto Rental, claims assistance from start to finish. We are here to serve you. So stop by and let us show you why we are number one, the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right, no Employee of the Month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 2007 at 100 degrees. The record low was in 1930 at 52 degrees. The average high on this day is 87 and the average low is 64. Mostly clear weather expected tonight with a low of around 57. Partly cloudy weather expected on Friday with a high of 84 and a low of 60, and partly cloudy weather continuing in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 85 and a low of 63. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families an absolutely beautiful weekend. Thank you.